What up, y'all? Snowing a little bit, you know. Trying to get this shit over. Woke up an hour and a half late. Don't know how that happened, but it happened for a reason, I guess, right? Anyways, shit is motivating. Just make me want to go faster. So I'm here to talk about attraction. You are what you're attracted to. You're attracted to what you are, but there's levels to this shit. You know what I mean? It's deeper than that. You know, a lot of y'all feel like, well, I'm attracted to this guy or this girl, so they must be good, or they're attracted to me, so I must be good, or whatever. You get the point. The biggest thing people are missing is we're always going to attract people who are good and bad, and we're always going to be attracted to people who are good and bad. I'll say that again, because a lot of people just don't get it for whatever reason. Even though you attract what you are for the most part, and you're attracted to who you are for the most part, you still attract good and good and bad is still attracted to you. That can't be overlooked, because if it's overlooked, then you're probably going to pick wrong. You know what I mean? A lot of females feel like the only guys I attract is this or that. And then some of them feel like they're not good enough or something's wrong with them because they attract the wrong guys and shit like this. But you gotta realize that a lot of men are attracted to you. They're probably just not coming up to you because they're scared or they just don't want to stand in line. It could be a lot of reasons. I ain't going to do all that. But I know the so-called players, they don't care if they approach 300 girls a day and get only one girl. That's their motto. You know what I mean? So you're going to come across them way more than the other guys. I'd also like to say that some people feel like, well, if I self-improve, I'm going to attract better people. And like I said, there's truth to that. You always have the other side of it. You're always going to attract other people too, not just the good people. You're going to attract the bad people too. And you got to remember this shit, man. Especially if you're a woman. Especially because you got people coming at you left and right as a woman, like all the time. You know what I mean? Us men, some of us do, you know, but most men don't. You got some of us who get hit on a lot, but for the most part, nah. Shit. Hold on for a second. Let me turn this up real quick. I just feel like you gotta remember, that's too loud, man. Can't hear shit. Guess I'm just gonna have to roll with it like this for a second. I just feel like it's underrated that people don't realize that they attract good and bad. I feel like people feel like it's some concrete shit set in stone that if I'm a good woman, then I deserve a good man. And you do, but that don't mean you got to put your part in. You can't just say I'm a good woman, so you know a good man just gonna fall in my lap, or I'm a good man and I'm entitled to a good woman, because it don't work that way. Because you got attraction, you got people who basically attraction. You got a lot of men who might be better at attracting a woman than you, and they might be piece of shit men. You know what I mean? They might be piece of shit women, but they are better at attracting the people, so therefore they're going to get them more than you. You know what I mean? You being a good woman or man don't solidify you getting the right guy or girl, because you have to recognize who the right guy or girl is. It's deeper than just being who you are. Now, being who I am is going to, if I stand on it and I be a good dude and stand on it and have standards and shit, or if you're a woman and you have standards and you stand on it, by default, the only people that's going to be able to get to you are the good women or men. But you still have to understand who the fuck this is in order for that to happen. In other words, I'm not taking no woman on no $500 date I don't know. I stand on that. I don't give a fuck who it is, whatever. I stand on that. And by me standing on that, I won't get played like a lot of the simps. so-called women. I don't want to show my body yet to a man until I feel like he likes me for more than just my body. You should stand on that shit. And all the men that ain't going to be willing to deal with that, they're going to flee. But they not right anyway. See, you're going to weed out motherfuckers. Versus, if you show your body, now you don't know who's who. Because now a lot of motherfuckers are just there for the body and the sex and shit. You don't know who's really there for you. That's why you have to stand on shit. When it comes to this attraction shit, you got to stand on shit. I refuse to break. Now, when it comes to my heart's the biggest heart in the world. You know what I mean? I don't make it hard for a woman. But there's certain principles and things that I have to stand on to see who that woman is. And sometimes it ain't even just your standards. Sometimes it's just the knowledge of who the fuck a person is, their characteristics, how they move, you know, think and act and all this other shit, man. And a lot of that will play into the you attract who you are, or you're attracted to who you are. For instance, if I don't smoke weed, or she don't smoke weed, and I don't smoke weed, but she does, 9 times out of 10, a woman who smokes weed is not going to want to fuck with me because I don't smoke it. But you might have some women who understand that they're looking for a good dude, and they like, that's a good thing. I don't care. I smoke, but he don't. I like that. See, it's always going to boil back to how you pick the motherfucker, man. You know, when a lot of people get accused of trying to build a dude or build a girl, you should be building a dude or girl with the in the sense of when you choose them, not necessarily pick them and then try to make them be that. Nah, you don't do that. You look for the shit already, and if people don't match the criteria of what you're looking for, they disqualify. But a lot of times what happens is motherfuckers don't want to disqualify people because they're attracted to them. So they start making excuses for them, and they start hiding certain shit, and then they start believing that they are actually more compatible than what they really are. And see, they are like me. That's why I like them, and all this bullshit. They like me because I'm like them and all this. And a lot of times that shit be some made up shit. You went against the grain on. You didn't stand for it. Remember how I said earlier, stand on it? You didn't stand on it. You started breaking rules and shit. Like they say, they make rules for the betas and break them for the alphas. You can apply that for men too, vice versa with the females. Except for it's boiled down to looks instead of alpha and beta. It's more based off of a woman's looks, you know what I mean? Or sex. Or if a woman will let a man run over her or not, type shit, you know? And that's another thing. If you're a woman that let a man run over you, you putting up with shit, he cheated and all this, you're not going to get that happy life you want because you're putting up with the shit. See, if you I ain't putting up with a man who cheats. You cut him off, eventually, you're going to have to cut off men until you find one that don't cheat. Plain and simple. But if you put up with that, now you stuck with the cheater. Now you're attached to the cheater. And here comes this perfect man. You can't even fuck with him because you're attached to this cheater. Your emotions won't allow you to reciprocate to the good guy. But what if you would have cut them motherfuckers off and stand on shit? Then you would have been completely free when that perfect dude came along. That's why you got to stand on shit, man. You must stand on shit when it comes to this woman and man shit. You know, when it comes to your attraction, stand on that shit. But you also got to check your attraction. Because a lot of people don't check their attraction. You know, they don't look at what really matters, and their attraction list be kind of fucked up somewhat. Sometimes it don't be fucked up; it just need a little tweaking. Like, all right, maybe she ain't gotta have the biggest ass, or maybe he ain't gotta be 6'5", he could be 6'2" or some shit. A little bit of tweaking. Motherfuckers don't even want to do that though. They don't even want to look at the list of what they like in women and men and make sure that, should I really give a fuck if her ass is that big or not? What's that gonna do if I have a kid with her? Or what's that got to do with her catering to me and this and that? Motherfuckers don't look at what really matters in people, man. When it comes to attraction, they just feel like who they are is going to magnetically attract the right person. Nah, you gotta go through this shit yourself. You gotta do some. You gotta put in some effort yourself for you in order for you to pick the right person. And you can't just rely on your attraction. I'm a good woman, I'm a good man, that's it, I'm gonna attract the right person. Nah, there's some brains that's involved with this shit. There's some common sense that's involved with this shit. And of course, there's some self-improvement involved with this shit. Because the more you self-improve, the better women and men you can attract. But you gotta still fish out who the fuck they are. You still gotta look and be smart about who the fuck a good woman or man is. You just have the ability to attract them. So, for instance, it's less likely you're going to have the ability to attract Beyonce unless you're a Jay-Z type dude. But he still had to fish out who she is and all that. He couldn't just say, well, I'm just going to pick her and she going to be good by default because I'm this or that. Nah. The position he put himself in gives him the ability to pick those type of women who got that money and all that shit. But he still got to fish out the right one. Because it could be a woman with money and all that shit and play him still. Translation, it could be a dude that's on his shit or a girl that's on their shit, a good catch, and they still can play you because they're not the right one. Or it can simply be the fact that y'all just don't click like that. Y'all like each other, but y'all don't really click like that. Y'all don't bond like that. All I'm saying is, remember, you attract good and bad people. No way around it. And you're going to be attracted to good and bad people. You just got to figure out who's who. You know, who you are as a person does not change who the fuck, or it does not change that there's good women and bad women. There's good men and bad men. That's never going to change. I don't give a fuck how much you self-improve and this and that. That ain't going to change the world. The world's still going to remain the same. So you still have to put in the work of fishing out and learning and understanding who the fuck might be the best choice. A lot of times people don't want the best choice. They want this attraction bullshit. At the end of the day, attraction's second to me. When I mean attraction, maybe I shouldn't say it like that. I ain't gonna say it's second to me, but I guess it depends on your definition of attraction. Because attraction is the most important thing, but what is your definition of attraction? Some people, she got a big ass, I'm attracted. Nah, how she moves. I could be like, I like the way she thinks when it comes to men. She don't show herself to all men like that. That's attractive. See? Had nothing to do with her looks. And she might look good too, but it had nothing to do with her looks or her ass or whatever. It's a fact of how she carries herself and shit. But the more you are a good woman or man, the more you're going to be attracted to good women and men. However, you still got to weed through motherfuckers because you can have a lot of people wear masks. At the end of the day, if people didn't wear masks, then you would probably be more safe by just being a good woman or man and attracting good women and men by default. But a lot of people wear masks and they act like they're good women and men. So you have to fish, you still have to fill out motherfuckers like a boxing match. The first rounds, you gotta fill it out, right? And you still gonna attract bad ones regardless. And most of them bad ones gonna wear masks. And you're still gonna be attracted to bad ones. This is the most underlooked statement of the whole video. You're still going to be attracted to bad women and men. I don't give a fuck how good of a woman or man you are. You're still going to be... So you're trying to tell me if I'm a good man, I'm not going to be attracted to a bad bitch? You know, when I say bad bitch, I'm not just saying... I don't just call women bad bitch because they looks. I call them that because they act like fucking men. But... Or dogs. They act like dogs. They're female dogs. Bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? But you're trying to tell me or tell yourself... you're trying to tell me or tell yourself that just because... Hold on, I forgot what I was saying. I don't remember what I was saying, but I know this. You're always going to be attracted to... yeah, that's what I was going to say. So you're trying to tell me if you're a good woman or man, by default, you're not going to... It's impossible for you to be attracted to so-called bad women and men. It's not impossible. It's always there. That's why it's your job to fish out and figure out who the fuck is who. Who's a woman or man. Some of y'all definition of what one is not right. Because you'll give a man a pass just because he got tattoos or some shit. You'll give a woman a pass just because she looks decent. And it shouldn't be that way. It has to be more into it. So at the end of the day, it all falls on you if you get played or not, because you didn't take the proper precautions in order to put if you want to call it, list together of what a man or a woman should be for you to pick, for them to be the right woman or man for you. It all boils down to you. Because at the end of the day, you're the one to say, all right, I like you. I'm going to give you a chance instead of him or her. That's you. That's why at the end of the day, when we play ourselves, we can only be mad at ourselves because you're the one that liked that person. You're the one that gave that person a chance and all this other shit. It does not matter if you're a good woman or man or not, though. Y'all got to get that out y'all head. I deserve a good woman or man because I'm a good woman or man. And I'm not saying you don't deserve it, but you're not going to get it unless you go about it the correct way. And the only correct way to go about it is to use common sense and judge people off of what is really good and what's bad in women and men. What's really good and what's really bad. Yeah, I want the woman to show her body, but I know that could be a bad thing if she's showing it to everybody. So I wouldn't probably pick that woman 9 times out of 10. It's not the fact that I don't like the fact that she's showing her body. It's the fact of how she's doing it or whatever. You see what I mean? You might like the characteristics of certain men who are players. You like the swag that they got or something, but you know that it's bad news, so you can't pick that. You know what I mean? Just because pizza's good don't mean it's not good for you. Plain and simple. Pizza's good as fuck or whatever. Fried chicken wings, everybody like that. Fried chicken wings, that's good, but it's not good for you, so you can't. It's like people know the fried chicken's bad and broccoli's good, but fuck it, I'm gonna take the chicken. When you pick a woman and man, you gotta really be honest with yourself. Like, I know she look better, but this girl, she's just better for me. She's just better for me, and she's not ugly. I'm gonna just pick her. Because at the end of the day, once you get close enough to that girl, she gonna look better than that girl anyway. Because attachment always trumps all that bullshit. All that 6'5" and tattoos and all that. That shit ain't gonna fucking matter. At the end of the day, the fuck that got to do with if he's gonna be there for you if y'all have a kid together or some shit. These are the important things you got to look for. What do you look for when you're looking for a woman or man? Is it important shit or is it some bullshit? Is it important or is it bullshit? Personally, I know that I like women with a decent size ass, not a big one, but she gotta have something. It could be small, just have something, right? But I know that's not the most important thing. When I pick a woman, that is not going to stop me from walking in and she fucking some other guy, or leaving me, or playing me, or something like this. It's the mind, her characteristics, how she moves. This is what's ultimately going to determine if I should pick a woman or not. And I might like that other woman better, but this one got it's just better to pick her because she's better for me. A lot of people have that problem though. What they'll do is, all right, I know I got this one, so I'm gonna leave him here for now. I like this bad boy better, so let me try this bad boy real quick. And then they play themselves, because this one over here gone already. Once the bad boy play you, you're gonna come back to this one over here on the right, he gone. Only reason why you did that because you knew you had him in your pocket and the bad boy was acting wishy-washy. So you like, let me try him first. Let me try the bad boy before you get away and shit. But you know what's good and what's bad. You got to be honest with yourself. You know, you got to be honest with yourself if people really like you like that or not. Why do you want somebody who don't have burning desire for you? I don't understand that. Do you know that you're going to get cheated on or played or left? If they don't have burning desire for you, they're not for you. They just not. Even if you got it. Even if you got it for them. If they don't have it for you, vice versa, it's a problem. Or they might have it for you, but you don't have it for them. Same problem, same issue. But being a good woman or man is not going to save you, because if that's the case, then how do so many bad women and men get people? Look how many bad women and men got people to worship the ground they walk on. If it was all about who you are, and that determines who you attract, then how the fuck do bad people get with good people? How? It'd be impossible. Only bad people will get with bad people if that was the case. So there's more to it than that. The only thing about it is, if you're a bad person, it could disqualify you from a real good woman because they're going to see that. Or if you're a good person, it could qualify you for a real good woman, or man, should I say, both. You know, it could disqualify you if you're bad, and it could qualify you if you're good, but you still got to figure out who they are. You still got to study. You got to test, basically. You still got to study and take the proper precautions to figure out who's who, regardless. again, I'm going to leave it with this. If Jay-Z was not Jay-Z, he couldn't get Beyonce, right? He couldn't. By him being Jay-Z, it gives him the opportunity to get somebody on that level, because he's on that level. So that's what it does when you self-improve. You can get women and men on a better level because you're on that level. But you still got to pick out who's who, because you can have bad ones on that level too. And the same thing vice versa. If you want to be a bum and sit on the couch and all that, well, you're going to get what you deserve. You're only going to, really, sometimes you still qualify for women you don't deserve or men you don't deserve. But for the most part, you're only going to get what you qualify for, and that's a bum. So therefore, you're going to qualify for bums. But make no mistake about it. When it comes to if someone is good or not for you, you still got to fish it out. You still got to do your research. Ain't no way around this shit, people. No way around it. You know, I just don't want people to think, well, I'm a good woman, so therefore, by default, no man's going to play me. He'd be dumb if he played me. No man's going to play me. It's like y'all think y'all got this force field around y'all that's going to stop people from playing y'all and shit, and that's not the case. That's not reality. Being a good woman or man ain't enough. It ain't enough. Because you got to invest that good woman or man into the right person. It's like I got $1 million, but I put it in a bad investment. Well, then it's going to be worth nothing, right? Or what if I put it in a good investment? Then it's going to be worth way more. That's how it is with women and men when you choose the woman or man. A lot of times y'all just got to get up out of that feeling attraction bullshit and think logically. We can get to the attraction later. You know what you like. You know what your type is. Now you just got to figure out if this motherfucker is the right person to fuck with you or not. I know what type of women I would like. Now I just got to figure out who she is. You know what I mean? I don't need to be all in my la-la land feelings. Oh, look at this and that, and look at her hair and all that bullshit. Yeah, that shit's cool, but at the end of the day, who the fuck is she? How does she feel about me? How do I feel about her? I just feel like, especially as women, they get wrapped too much in their fucking feelings. And the reality is this. All men can pretty much really give you that same feeling if you get attached to them enough. You know what I mean? If they're the right man, why would they? If they're the right man, you give them a chance. More than likely, you're just going to fall deeper for the motherfucker. So it's more about logical thinking, man. It's about logical thinking. It's also about putting that pride to the side, too. Because some people have pride. And they feel like, oh, no, I ain't getting played by this motherfucker. Or I ain't losing to this girl. They think they losing if he fucking another girl. Really, you winning when you cop out and let them go their way. You lose when you fight. If you're a woman watching, you don't believe me? Imagine a man fighting over you fucking his friend. How he winning? Or how did the dude win? He ain't win shit. He just won somebody that just cheated on a good dude. What'd he win? You know what's going to happen next. He going to get cheated on. So why would I fight for that? It makes no sense. Man, I'm telling you right now, if being a good woman or man determines you a solidified spot as getting a good woman or man, then you wouldn't see half the complaints you see on Facebook. You know what I mean? Obviously, a lot of people who complain on Facebook are good women and men. That's why they got played and they hurt and their feelings and all this and all that. So what happened? Why didn't they magnetically just attract a good person since they're a good person, right? Or why didn't they just qualify? It don't work that way. You could be a good man, but she's more sexually attracted to them bad dudes that ain't gonna do shit for her. It is what it is. It is what it is, dog. But the way I see it is, if she's really a good woman, she probably won't be attracted to what's bad for her. She'll sense it out and she'll leave it alone because usually when you're good, you are attracted to good. However, you still gotta fish out who's who. That's the moral of this video, y'all. You know what I mean? There's two things in this video I want y'all to remember. Just because you're a good woman or man don't mean that you're going to get a good woman or man, especially if you don't go through the proper precautions, which is number 2. You got to fish people out. You know, you're attracted to good ones, you're attracted to bad ones. Bad ones are attracted to you. Good ones are attracted to you. So it goes both ways, both ways. You know what I'm saying? I got good women who like me, I got bad women who like me. I'm attracted to good women, I'm attracted to bad women. Now some people say, well, how the fuck is that? Why would you be attracted to a bad woman? Meaning surface level, dog. You don't know what type of mask a motherfucker's wearing until you see who they are. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't purposely be attracted to a bad woman. When I see that she's a bad woman, then no, I'm not attracted to her no more. But from the surface level, until I know who the woman is, you can trip up and be attracted to the wrong people. It's not impossible, man. And if you think it is, then you're probably just going to fall by the sword. You're going to pick the wrong one because you're not understanding what you're up against. I know that, okay, she looks good. It's possible that she could be a bad woman. Let me see who she is. I also understand that if I seem to always pick the wrong women, and if you're a woman watching, you always seem to pick the wrong men, then you need to go into your bag of attraction, and that shit kind of scared the fuck out of me, bitch ass cop. You need to go to your bag of attraction and see what you might can tweak. You know how like you like, damn, I gotta cut some shit cost. You know how you, like some people, they let check to check and they try to figure out what can I cut, what cost can I cut. Well, it's the same thing when you seem to keep attracting the bad women and men. First, you need to look at yourself and see what you can fix it yourself, and then when you decide to try to go after women or men again, you need to look at, like, all right, what should I not give a fuck about? What doesn't really matter that I like about men that I could just say, I don't even care about that shit no more? You know, shit like that, man. If you're not willing to do that, then just keep picking the same people and be the same person and get the same results. I don't know what else to tell y'all, man.